Nope.
I've got balls of steel.
Check, check. Yeah. Hey, right on, man. Wow. Wow, man, this is great, guys. I got a story to tell you guys, but wow, man, let me turn on the tunes here. Wow, dudes, welcome to the stream. Happy holidays. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. My God, Bob, man, Bob, man. I always want to say Bob Boob Man, you know, like Boob Man. Art Lopez, shout out from San Diego. Right on, man. Look at this, man. I can put comments up again. Oh, man, that's a wonderful day. Vedro, what's up, my man? Yeah, ready for the holidays. Yes, I am ready. I finished everything I needed to do for the wife today. I'd gotten her something a while ago, but I just had to go. Like I always because of my past art and like film. Oh, dude, art! Wait till I show you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour today of the studio. I spent a week cleaning up and reorganizing because I shot a bunch of films and the studio was a mess. It was just like. I always have it set up for my YouTube videos, like, you know, like one way. My green screen is back, you know. I had to, oh man, I threw out so much, like paperwork and garbage and stuff, like just old boxes and stuff. Got all my equipment sorted, all my stuff set back up. It was beautiful. I was gonna go live yesterday, and my laptop, which is a critical part of my live stream, right? Because I use my laptop on the table here to show you guys web pages or drawings, and like it's closer. My PC is back on my desk, right? But yeah, I'll give you guys a bit of a tour. My switcher's working again, but yeah, I was literally gonna go live yesterday, and my laptop crashed, like crashed, done. So I took it back to Best Buy. They gave me the newest model over the counter exchange because I had that warranty. I had the old one for a year and a half, and so yeah, now I have the newest model, and it works great. So the last laptop, I could tell there was something off about it right from the start, right? Like it wasn't running like Armory Crate in certain pieces of software, and I couldn't get, like, it wasn't letting me use vMix Social and stuff. You know, I thought maybe it was network related, blah 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 blah. Anyways, I got everything working beautiful now. The new laptop works perfect. I got my other cameras set up. So let's see here. This is my webcam from behind my computer at my desk there. Okay, so you kind of see some of the setup there. My Blackmagic camera is my main camera here, and then my Lumix up there. You kind of see I got another camera up there. Obviously, I got to color grade it. I just got it working. I have to do some color grading, but it's there. But anyways, that's the one I'm going to use to give you guys a little tour. Might as well, right? Seeing it, you're there, right? Okay, so let me see here. How can I do this? Let me just kind of show you around here. So there's my workstation. Okay, so you can kind of see. Hold on here. I gotta be careful here. All right. So I can see my stream up there. But yeah, this is my normal workstation there. It's dark over there, you can't really see. Maybe if I turn the lights on, but hold on here. Here, I'll just turn the lights on for a second, and then we can go for it. Alright, so baby, so yeah, that's where I do all my editing and stuff. And then of course, I got my green. Oh shit. What happened? What happened? What happened? What the fuck? Of course, I must have, something happened. Oh, let me just make sure it's secure and I come back. Oops. What the hell did I do here? Okay. Anyways, forget about that. I'll have to separate it from the rig at some point. Just gotta make sure it's secure. Sorry guys, hang tough for a second there. That should be. Alright, whatever. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be going over gauges of steel and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you kind of see it's back, but is it clean? Oh, it's whatever. But yeah, you could, like, I got my green screen over there, more lights and stuff set up, like, for my green screen and stuff, but this is where I stream, so you can kind of see my setup. There's my Black Magic, and my laptop, my chat, and all that. But yeah, lots of gear. Too crazy, too crazy. We're not going to get into all that right now, though. Okay. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'd have to do a proper, like, an actual proper freaking tour sometime, and I'll record it. We're building the studio. Like, I started YouTube back in 2018, January 2018. So it's oh my god, dude, it's like, where are we at? So that'd be 2019, 2020, 20. So yeah, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So yeah, this will be my 7th year. I'm going into my 7th year of YouTube. Holy shit. But man, I built the studio. Like, I have a separate 2-car garage, 400 square feet. I built the studio in here, soundproofed it, man. That took me a couple years to even do after we bought the house because of work and that. But oh my god, man, it's been a journey, guys. It's been a journey. So it feels good to have my setup back, guys. Like, if you guys want to hear some tunes in the background or anything like that, you let me know. And let me know if my voice is okay. Let me know if it's too high and cracking at all, please. I rely on you guys to kind of let me know during the stream. I kind of watch my replays to make sure stuff is you know, working and sounding properly and looking properly. But yeah, if something's not right during the stream, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you guys have any questions about what we're talking about, let me know in the chat. Okay, if you're watching a replay, let me know in the comments. And yeah, if there's literally anything you guys need to know while I'm here, while I'm live, and you caught me live, just ask. Okay, it doesn't have to be related to the subject of the stream. Okay, once I start talking about the subject, I am going to record it, so I'll be able to afterwards come back and cut out all the information parts. Okay, and make a video or something with it. So yeah, I even got the drawing tablet set back up so I can draw diagrams for you guys on my screen, like, you know. So if you guys have questions about framing and layout and stuff like that, I can literally draw it right there. So I have a bunch of video ideas, like tons and tons of video ideas, live streaming ideas, because I'm gonna start live streaming regularly again. But yeah, if you guys have video requests or any ideas for me, let me know. And yeah, I'll write them down, put them on a list, and if they're better than the ideas I got, I'll do them definitely sooner than the videos I got. Right? I'll always prioritize good content. Right? So been in the middle still of shooting another documentary, which you know, I started off with Scotty, OG Scotty, but he's going back to BC, so he won't be around to finish that. But yeah, I've got some good. I got some good interviews lined up. And I did a really badass interview last week, so the film's coming along really well. So, but yeah, dude. So let's see here. How's that looking? Boom, excellent. Let me start the recording button. There's also a test too, so that I can record and stream. Like, this PC is insane, right? Like, I built it myself, and it should be able to do both, no problem. Okay, let's start recording. And it is. Excellent. Excuse me. Wow, that's so wicked. So yeah, steel stud gauges. Okay, there's obviously different stud for certain things, guys. Obviously, right? Now, whether you're new to the trade or an experienced guy, okay, please let me know if you guys have any suggestions or input to what I'm saying. Okay, like I'm just trying to teach you guys what I know. I know quite a bit, and I realize that other guys might have different methods of doing things and stuff, which is fine. It's cool. I dig it. Right. So we're here to share ideas, right? Not like criticize each other, and you know what I mean. Let's just share ideas productively, and be better together. You know what I'm saying? But whew, okay, so right off the bat, we know there's light gauge, heavy gauge. Okay, so for exterior building, we're always using heavy gauge. Now, we're going to probably use 16, 18 gauge like normally on for exterior building, okay? 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, okay? Those are pretty standard exterior sizes. And there's two different types of studs as well for the heavy gauge, right? You have your normal heavy gauge studs, and then you got your structural wind-loaded studs, right? Like for load-bearing walls or for wind loads, they have they can tell them because they have the oval cutouts, right? They're fully oval, and the other ones have the flat bottom, and then just like the half moon or whatever, I'll show you examples as we go along here. Interior always, almost always is 25 gauge and 20 gauge. Okay, so 20 gauge would be the heavy gauge interior. It's a really good product. Okay, I really enjoy framing with 20 gauge. It's so much better. Like it's the 25 gauge product isn't like the greatest product in my opinion for walls, right? For doing ceiling work, it's great. Like bulkhead ceilings, funky detail stuff. Light gauge is great. But I like to use 20 gauge for my walls. Okay, it's a better product for walls, like especially for free floating walls. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it's just like double the price almost. Okay, like every gauge you're almost doubling your price. Okay, for thickness of steel. Okay. We'll talk a bit about that. But here's some standard sizes that so an inch and 5/8 is the smallest you're going to get for a stud size. Now, if you want to go, if you need something smaller, that's where we come into the furring bar, which is 7/8. Okay, and you don't get any smaller than that because you're basically at that point just going to be laminating drywall right to things. Okay, so you have the 7/8 furring bar, okay, the U-bar, furring bar, whatever, hat track, I think people call it. For studs, though, you're starting at an inch and 5/8. All right, and that's a really tiny stud. So those are, depending on what kind of details you're working on, like it just all depends on the details. For walls, and not so much. You don't really use the inch and 5/8 for walls. Like maybe for like a wall in front of a concrete wall or another type of wall, or like like a furring wall or something. But columns, people use them for columns to keep the columns nice and tight. But I like to go even tighter on columns, and I just use angle and furring bar. Okay, and just double layer of drywall or single layer of drywall, whatever. Okay, I just get it tight as possible, nice and square. And you want to keep all your columns the same size. You don't want to have them all different sizes. Okay, so you got to check for all that stuff ahead of time before you start framing. 2.5. I mean, I've used a bit of it. More in bulkheads is again, like same with the inch and 5/8 bulkheads. Same thing with the 2.5. Otherwise, like, and it's just, unless it's a special detail of some sort. 3.5. I've honestly never ever seen 3.5. To be honest with you, 3 and 5/8 standard, right? That's your standard 2x4 in steel stud. Okay, it's 3 and 5/8. In wood construction, they're gonna call it a 2x4. In steel stud, we're gonna call it 3 and 5/8. 4-inch, and that's another size I've never ever used is 4-inch. 5.5, another one I've never seen or used before. 6-inch, now that's where we go. Okay, so mainly 3 and 5/8 and 6-inch are standard interior sizes. Okay, so for any wall that has plumbing inside of it, you're gonna use 6-inch. Any room that you need sound rated, even you should probably go 6 inch, and so you can go with like R20, like a bigger bat for sound rating. There's other ways you can soundproof. You can go 3 and 5/8, and then double layer 5/8 using green glue. There's also res bar, which is another 1/2 inch as well. Resilient channel we call it, or res bar for short. That can go in, and you can, yeah, it's all sound related stuff. Okay. But yeah, I always go 6 inch. My studio, like I said, it's got a 2x4 wood wall, and then on an inch airspace, and then 16 gauge 6 inch steel stud all the way around, R20 poly, and 2 layers of 5/8 type X with the green sound glue in between. Okay, for sound, and that's all the way around. It's beautiful for sound. But plumbing walls definitely have to be done in 6 inch. Then we get to more like the exterior steel stud, which would be 8 inch, 10 inch, okay? 12 inch and 14 inch, also never ever used 12 inch or 14 inch before, okay? Never have. So I'm thinking maybe if you got like super long, like super high walls, you can't have any breaks in or something, where you're rolling studs on site, you could go bigger, and so maybe, I don't know. I'm not so sure. But yeah, so 8 inch and 10 inch are pretty normal for exterior. 6 inch sometimes too, okay? We do it in 6 inch as well, right? But 8 inch is the real, pretty much a standard for exterior walls. Okay, and that's again when we're getting into the heavier gauge. So you're gonna start at like 18 gauge with that, 18 gauge and 16 gauge for that. Okay, you don't like, again, you're not gonna use the smaller heavy gauge studs outside unless you're framing things like pilasters, which are little details, and then like for brick and all that, and or like soffit ceiling stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's, or even parapets. The parapets are going to pretty much match. They're not going to pretty much. They are going to be the same thickness as the wall below. Okay, you're matching it at the top, the parapet. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. That's the standard anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are in America. That's the standard. So the flange sizes. Let me show it just so you know what I'm talking about. So this is actually a structural steel stud. This is the 16 gauge 6 inch that I use to frame my studio. Okay, this is the flange, this side, and so you can get the flange. Oh, sorry. Sorry guys. I forgot what screen I'm on. So yeah, this is the flange here, and you can get this in different thicknesses. I gotta remember which screen I'm on. But yeah, this is the 6 inch, 16 gauge, 6 inch structural. These are structural studs I used all the way around my studio. And trust me, guys, they were left over from a job. I had enough to do my garage, so like my studio. So I didn't buy it, but it was like probably a few $1,000s worth of steel that, I got to use in here just because it was left over. So, all right, so 1.25 inch is a standard size, a standard flange. The 1 3/8, 5/8 is not so much, not so like familiar with that. This is actually, do I have my tape? Let me check this side. This looks pretty big, but yeah, this is an 1 5/8 flange. Okay, so this is a pretty, and then the 1.25 for the light gauge studs. Okay, they have a 3/4 either side for the drywall, and this is why I have an issue with the Easy Light drywall. If you use Easy Light drywall, the sheets are smaller, right? So when you're doing your drywall, your bevels are running off. Once you get a certain length out, it's just so frustrating, right? And you also have to be aware. It doesn't matter what type of drywall, standard drywall, Easy Light drywall. When you're, 8-foot sheets, 12-foot sheets, 10-foot sheets, they're all slightly different in thickness, right? So you're doing 12-foot stand-ups and then you're doing 8-foot tops. The bevels aren't going to line up over time, right? So that's why sometimes we it's actually nice when you can when you have tops, when you 12-foot stand-ups and then 2-foot tops, and then you can cut a 12, like 2-foot tops out of a 12, and it's always the same. That's always nice when you can order just one size of board too. But you just anyways, the flanges is an indication of strength as well. So you can have a heavy gauge with a fat flange. It's going to give you more strength. Okay. But yeah, so 2-inch is a structural size. That's big. Okay, when you're getting into the 2.5, I have seen 3-inch thick as well. Big fat studs, you know, like those are wicked size, right? But for installing them, heavy gauge is a little tough. You don't get 2-inch flanges. I don't even know if you get 1 5/8. You might, but the standard light gauge flange would be 1.25 inch, I believe, right? So you're only gonna get that 1.25 inch on light gauge. You're gonna get bigger sizes only when you start getting into 20 gauge and higher. Okay, not in the light gauge stuff, not that I'm aware of, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so let's see what this guy says. So Canadian light gauge steel stud framing sizes. So this would be American and like, you know, USA, Canada, all the same. Okay, it's the same stuff. Light gauge steel stud framing used for interior wall partitions in America comes in various shapes, thicknesses, sizes, and finishes. Each of these components has a specific function in the wall assembly. Selecting the correct size and thickness will depend primarily on the spacing of the framing members and the height of the wall. Steel studs framing manufactured lengths in America ranging from 8 foot to 24 foot, and tracks which come in 10-foot lengths. Yeah, all tracks are 10-foot lengths. Furring bar is, you can get furring bar in, like, I think 10 and 12. I think. What else can you get? So no, carrying channel always 12 foot. Angle, I think, is always 10 foot too, I want to say. I think angle is always 10 foot as well. And tracks 10 foot. Only some things you can get bigger. Res bar, again, 10 foot. It's all, I think that might 10, maybe 12, maybe. I don't know. We can check if you want, but the thickness of, I don't want to miss any info on pricing for metal framing. Yeah, absolutely, man. Did that not come up? Let me make sure we're getting the messages here. Oh yeah, right on. So yeah, let's see here. So any info on pricing for metal stud framing? 100%, yeah. I can definitely help you out with that. So what I do is I have a base price at here. Hold on here, guys. Actually, you know what? Let's try something. Let's try something here. This for shits and giggles. I can write it down here. Okay. That's selected. Where's my pen? That's awesome. This is check here. Oh, come on. Yeah, baby. $4.50 a linear foot. Okay, $4.50 a linear foot is my absolute cheapest price for framing. Okay, so $4.50 would be like something super, super easy or small. Okay, so I would, like a knee wall, something like, certain height up, like, up to 4 feet or something. I would charge $4.50 a foot for. If it's light gauge, easy to install, like nothing crazy. Okay, there's certain things you just need to have, and then the carpenters and mill workers attached to it, and they just use it to square off of and to use elevations and stuff. But that's about that. Okay, so that's small. $6.50 is where I start for just basic walls up to, like, 10 foot, 8 foot, or even 12 foot. Sometimes I'll charge $6.50 for light gauge a foot. And then anything above 12 foot, so say we go 12 to 20, 24 foot, okay, I'm going to go $9.50 a linear foot. And then anything 24 to, we'll say 34, I'm going $13.50 a linear foot. And that's all interior framing, okay? Interior Exterior parapets, I go $15 a foot. Okay, that's for parapets, 15 bucks a foot. And then let's see here. Exterior is a little bit different. So I'm like charging 85 to $1.05 a square. Okay, for exterior. So that's cents, okay? 85 cents to $1.05 a square foot for exterior. Yeah, that's about that, right? I mean, ceilings, you know, that's another thing, okay? You're going to go a square foot, so $4.50 a square foot to whatever. You got to judge that stuff based on how long you think it's going to take you to do, okay? But those are pretty standard prices for walls anyway, okay? Sorry, I just wanted to try that out. It's a mess, but crazy, eh? Anyways, the drawing tablet's working, so I'm excited about that, you know? Oh man, let's minimize that guy. That's 20 gauge. So that like 20 25 20 gauge. Yeah, 20 25 gauge, and again, the exterior is going to be 18 gauge, 16 gauge, okay, for exterior. So yeah, those prices reflect the gauges, okay? Yeah. For anything interior, yeah, that's going to be 25 gauge or 20 gauge. I don't, you know, that's what you got to kind of gauge your pricing at. That's about it. But yeah, man, so back into the gauges there. The thickness of steel used here range from about 1 to 3 millimeters. So that would be your thickness, right? For structural, 3 millimeters for structural sections, and 1 to 2 mil for non-structural sections. So think about that, right? So 1 to 3 millimeters for structural, that's your thickness and gauge, obviously. 1 to 2 mil, so minimum 1 millimeter, right? So it's insane, because if you think about the density of a 2x4 wood compared to its counterpart in steel, like that's amazing that the insulation can really basically butt up to each other almost, you know? And it's pretty cool. Boom. So their higher strength allows greater spacing between members when compared to wood frame construction. About 24-inch, 600 millimeters for LGS versus 16-inch or 20-inch, 400 or 500 for wood. So yeah, we still use 16-inch centers most of the time. In America, we don't go 2 foot on center. We build things tough here because we have winters, we have 4 seasons, we got crazy, like, you know, like we build things strong. 2 foot centers is something they do in Europe a lot. To me, it's really weird because it doesn't support the boards very well, in my opinion. Okay. If you were to go 2 foot on center and then insulate it with like a rigid polystyrene or something like that, and then put furring bar or something horizontally, then put board on, I could see that, you know. But it's just a little weird to me. The 2 foot centers. Sometimes we do it, but it's so rare, guys. It's actually really rare. When I don't do 2 foot centers very often. So, yeah. So that's cool. That's that one page. I'm surprised it didn't really get into gauge, did it? Like that's a short page, but I got a few more pages open. There we go. So steel studs are much more efficient to use than wood studs. Instead of making customized wooden studs on site, it is always better to use different gauges of steel studs, which are easy to install and maintain. So yeah, that's another point I never really thought of. So when we're wood framing, sometimes we're putting like multiple studs together. Okay, with steel, yeah, you can just use a heavier gauge, right? And that's so much more efficient, right? If you know what I'm understanding. In wood, like we'll put 3 studs together, or however many studs together, you know, for whatever, like around windows and stuff. There's also the, like, you know, those headers that we build, and with the 2x10 or whatever, is it the 12 or something? I don't know. Anyways, you know if you've done wood, you know what I'm talking about. But with steel, we can build box beams and use heavier gauge stuff, so we don't really need to do a lot of that stuff. Okay. Steel studs are used in places where there is a high chance of floods. Estimating the quantity of steel stud is not rocket science. Any homeowner can do so. All you need to do, I like to hear what they have to say about taking off. So measure the perimeter of the room to know the linear feet of the room. You need to run the no shit. So find the measurement. Then you need to determine how far apart the steel studs will be. So 16 inch, we'll say. To ensure you do not face any last minute hassles, you should add in an extra stud to be doubly sure. Always, yeah. So I'll tell you how I do it after. Next, you need to figure out the number of tracks that'll be needed. These come in 10-foot lengths, run along the bottom. Anyways, that's ridiculous. So what I do is I do the linear foot, and you really should order one stud per foot, basically. Okay, but sometimes like that can cause overages. So what I've been doing lately, because clients kind of have been whining lately when there's more studs on site. I'll do the linear foot, divide it by 1.5, okay, and then I'll go and add a stud for every corner, and one for each end. So if there's a column, that means both sides. So 1, 2, 3, and that corner 4. Doors, another 1, 2 for doors. Okay, so yeah, that's just kind of what I do. Hopefully that makes sense to you. I don't know. So let me know if you have any questions about taking off the stud. But oh man, yeah, I'm not too worried about this. I'm curious though, why Canadian builders use light gauge steel stud? So light gauge steel stud framing is used across many different construction sectors, along with the benefits of fast track construction and ease of handling light gauge steel studs. Look at this guy. So light gauge steel stud framing also offers a highly sustainable method of construction. Production in an energy efficient, it optimizes lighter structures, meaning that the footings can be less extensive. So yeah, it's lighter, stronger, and straighter, resulting in a dynamic designing and labor cost savings. Yeah, you'll always have corners, straight walls and corners with steel stud, which is fantastic, right? All right, here we go. Now we're getting into some more technical. So actually, if you look here, this is a structural stud, and here's actually, I want to show you, this is a great picture that I want to save. Because I've tried to show this to people so many times. So there's a couple of there's two ways we generally do exterior walls, okay? So this way here, you can see the let me see if I can open this in Photoshop. No? Did I not save this? Interesting. All right, so never mind. If you guys, this is a suspended system, okay? And these clips, oh god, guys, I love that you can buy them now with the slots. But before, we used to have to make these. What we would do is we'd cut a piece of track in half, and then we would cut slots for the slip track, basically. So these clips, you shoot to the I-beam at the top, just below the roof there, and you want, this is where the rotating laser comes in. And you set an offset down in one corner of the building. Okay, you set an offset, you get a rotator laser going. And when you're installing your clips, okay, you want them to be like no more than a 1/4 inch behind that plane, okay, because you want the clips out as far as you can for when you're attaching these studs. So a lot of guys will also put them bang on. That way, when you're putting your stud in, all you gotta do is clamp it, and it's already kind of lasered in, right? This is where the reader comes in, you know, ding, 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 and you clamp it or shoot it, whatever, okay? 16 inches apart, so you got to lay it out on the I-beam where your studs are going to be. These, literally, you're going to have a bottom track You might have 2 rows of clips depending on how high the building is. But this system is on the outside of the structural steel. The slots in those clips allow it for deflection, okay, which is really really neat. But and then the parapet, it's just, you don't have to frame the parapets after, it's just straight up, which is nice. I do like this system. Parapets, you know, they is a break between that I-beam, and you end up having to like insulate and tape and all, you know, like all these I-beams before you board them and stuff, right? So yeah, I really like this system. It would just be a normal bottom track, but yeah, those ovals are usually the indicating a structural stud. So you can see the flange is thicker, and the part that even comes in off the flange here. Okay, so this whole flange is beefier than a light gauge stud. Okay, let's see here. What do we got here? Yeah, these punches. Okay. There's 2 types of patterns, it looks like. So the east and central punch pattern. So east and central punch pattern, the knockouts start 1 foot and then 2 foot. They're always going to be 2 foot off the ground. Okay, 2 foot centers, because all your insulation, everything like that, is based around 2 foot intervals. Okay, your bats will be 40 inches wide by either 16 inches or 24 inches. And so these knockouts, right, you want them always to line up. That's why we're always measuring from the bottom up and cutting the tops of our studs off, because we want all the knockouts to line up to put our carrying channel in. All of this exterior stuff needs to have carrying channel and clips even, right? But there you go. That's a great drawing right there. So you see right there, here's your lip. There it is, the lip. So these got a bigger lip. And this is your flange, and then of course your Y to Y is your web width, the web, yeah, right, and their X is your knockout. Okay, that's your knockout. Those are, I think, like 1.25 inches. Hey, thanks for the subscription, my man, appreciate you. You know what is this? I think these are just super chat buttons, but I don't know. Do I have any graphics loaded? No, I don't, eh? Jeez, I got lots of reprogramming to do though. Now that my stream, everything's working again. Oh God, I can't. You guys, it's been years, literally years since I've had a stream that everything's been running. So, I've just, you know, God, man, I was so defeated. That's why I haven't been doing it a lot, guys. But I finally got it all back together and running properly. So I'm really stoked. I'm motivated to do lots more content. So, yeah, George, man, thanks for the subscription, brother. Okay. So yeah, look at that standard web size, 2.5 inch. Wow, 2.5. Oh yeah, that's actually, I have seen the 3.5 little ones. They're like 3.5 with the thick flanges and stuff. Yeah, I have seen those. 4 inch again. I've never seen 4 inch or 5.5 inch, but that's what that is. 600. So you'll see the codes here. Okay, 600S. 8 inch, the 800S. Okay, 10 inch, obviously 1000S, 1200S for the 12 inch. Flange sizes, we've gone over that. Thickness, so 33 mils is 20 gauge. 43 mils, 18 gauge. 54 mils, 16 gauge, 68 mils, 14 gauge, and 97 mils, 12 gauge, baby, 12 gauge, yeah. 12 gauge is heavy duty stuff. I don't think I've ever actually used it myself. I've used like 14 or 15 gauge. I just wanted to see. So 14 gauge, yeah. So I've done 14 gauge actually. Yeah, that's a heavy duty stuff actually. What do we got here? So 54 mil, 16 gauge. We got that. Or no, 54 mil, 16 gauge, 68, 14 gauge, 97, 12. Those products are produced with 50 KSI steel unless otherwise noted. Standard coating CP60 G60. It's like galvanized, right? Galvanized, basically, right? Additional member depths of 7 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter, 11 and a half, 13 and a half, and 14-inch are also available. That's interesting. I've never seen those before. All studs are color coded and easy for identification. Yeah, I have the color codes we're gonna go over too. But yeah, see here, check this out. Clark, look at that. Clark Dietrich S137. That's the 1 3/8 flange and a 3/8 return. So that's a 3/8. That's a big lip, yeah. And are used to support the exterior skin or cladding material, metal, stone, tile, glass, etc., and the wind loads to which they are subjected. Right. That's awesome. The 162 members have a 1 5/8 flange and a 1/2 inch return, and are considered the industry standard. Yeah, that's for the exterior. Yeah. S162 members are perforated or preferred for most curtain wall applications. They also provide the vertical strength necessary for demanding load-bearing structural applications and sufficient strength for many joist applications. So yeah, that's what that is right here. This guy, right on. That's pretty awesome. And then the S200, the 2-inch flange and a 5/8 return that provides a larger bearing surface for attaching subflooring or sheathing materials. This framing member is also used in axial load-bearing wall assemblies. So the 2.5-inch, the members that the S250 or whatever, 2.5-inch wide flange and a 5/8 return are used in floor joist assemblies and heavy loading conditions. So, yeah, man, that's a good thing to point out there. This is the S300. They have the 3-inch flange and a 5/8 return and are used in very heavy load bearing and long spanning conditions. That's what I'm saying, like long spans, height or length. That's where you get into the thicker flanges, right? So it's pretty cool. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. So here's our color coding. Bailey, this is great. Yeah, Bailey. So you can also see the clip system. Let's see if I can zoom in on this guy. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Right on. So yeah, you can see the clip system here as well. Look at these guys. Every single stud is clipped, right? Well, yeah, look at this. Wow, that's cool, man. All right, so 20 gauge is white. So they're going to spray paint the bottoms of the stud white, okay? Right? So you got 8. Oh, this is an 18 gauger. This one, yeah, this has got the yellow, okay? This one here has got the yellow for 18 gauge. That's right. The orange is the greens. Oh, that is so weird. I wonder, did they switch that around? Or is that just Bailey? I thought the green was 18 and the yellow was 16. I'm so... And red. Oh, red. I've used the red. Yeah, the red is that's I thought it was 15 gauge, but the 15 gauge stuff I used, I swear it was red, but maybe it was 12 gauge. Shit, man. It was a heavy duty steel, man. Holy shit. It was a while ago, but it was in a warehouse, man, on top of a CMU wall. Like, there's a CMU wall up 8 feet, and then, or 6 feet, maybe? Yeah, 6 feet, right? And then we had to put this crazy heavy gauge wall in the middle. But anyways, let's not get too distracted here. Okay, so 20 gauge is white. 18 gauge, yellow. 16 gauge, green. 14 gauge is orange. And 12 gauge is red. But I didn't want to confuse everybody there. But that's so weird. I could have thought it was green for 18 gauge. That's so weird. Anyways. I'm pretty sure they all do it the same. They have to do it all the same. It's just, I haven't paid attention to the color system in so many years. You know what I mean? Like, I just use, because I know what I order. I know what's for what. So I don't really pay attention to it, to be honest with you. But if you're not learning and you're trying to go and get material for a journeyman or something, you should know the colors because in a big, especially in a big jobs, that's another thing. They're more relevant on a big job, right? Because of all the different materials, and you'll have multiple laydown areas and stuff like that, right? So yeah, when you got lots of crews going and da 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 da, yeah, it's good to know the color codes, especially for the new guys. The laborers or the apprentices need to know so they get the right stuff. Let's see here, the cold form. Steel framing manufacturers use a universal designator system for their products. The designator is a four-part code which identifies depth. Okay, that's good. So structural product identification. The cold form steel framing manufacturers use a universal designator system for their products. The designator is a four-part code which identifies depth, flange, width, member type, and material thickness. So look at that there. Member depth in 1/1000th or 1/100th of an inches. So thus 600 means 600 6-inch. Yeah, right. So 600, like we were saying before, 800 would be 8-inch. And so on, right? Flange width is also in 1/100th, so 162 is like an inch and 5/8, right? 1.62 or inch and 5/8, and the 54 is the 054, okay, which is your gauge, right? So 054, if we look back here, okay, 054 is 16 gauge, right? So 054, 16 gauge. And yeah, look at that. So C stud. There's your different stuff. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so your C stud here, your slash joist. Okay, S sections, T section, your track. It's simple, right? There's different tracks. You got your slotted track for your like walls that go to underside of structure, and you need for deflection. Okay. U sections here. I'm thinking like purlins and stuff, maybe U sections, or no, that would be like channels. Yeah, U-bar channel. Duh. Oh god. F section. Oh, that's cool. So furring channels. That's the furring bar, the 7/8 thick stuff. The furring bar. Okay, or hat track. Some people call it too, which is weird. I guess because it looks like a hat, maybe. But yeah, that's it. That's interesting. F section, U section, T section, S section. But yeah, there you go. The galvanized sheet gauge. I'm just going to talk about the coating just because they're all pretty much galvanized. I don't know too much. They might be different ratings for that, but I wish I could get rid of this side as well. But let's just check this out. So the galvanized sheet gauge is an older system used primarily by the trades consuming non-structural galvanized steel and is a measure of the zinc-coated sheet thickness. It was developed in the early days of galvanizing before sophisticated wipers were available, and consequently zinc thicknesses were thicker than today. The GSG system, I'm sorry guys, was used on some of the older gauge charts published years ago that unfortunately still seem to get used even today. So yeah, like we basically call them, look at that gauge number, design thickness, minimum base steel thickness, right? 95% of the design thickness, and then your nominal base steel thickness with your finish. So that's it. That's cool. So sheet steel products are normally coated with a metallic coating, i.e. zinc or 55% aluminum zinc alloy, and also may be painted. The thickness of typical hot-dipped metallic coatings are given in Table 2. The metallic coating thicknesses must be added to the base sheet thickness when determining the delivered sheet thickness. Metallic coatings are also subject to manufacturing tolerances the same as the base steel. Therefore, the actual thickness of the metallic coating may be greater than the values listed in table 2. This factor needs to be considered when attempting to, whatever. So there's just different machines or manufacturing processes might change it a little bit, but this is your baseline here. Okay, so we don't really worry too much about that. When we order studs, it's all in the specifications. Sure, like if you actually read a spec book, they'll specify the coding and stuff like that. But it's like pretty much standard, right? Like you don't call up your supplier and say, hey, I need some gout like this coded in what ZG whatever, like it is just what it is, right? All you need to know is what's specified. So your gauge and your lengths, of course, quantities, but you want to know the gauges, your heights, your thicknesses, so your web thickness. Okay, so that's 3 5/8 or 6 inch. If you need any specialty stuff, okay, then you can ask for different flange sizes for strength. Okay, if you need structural studs or whatever like that, you can go with the thicker flanges. And so on. Okay, so you need to know. You got to be aware of flange size, web size, and gauge. Okay, that's the main things. Heights, of course, like that's just a matter of you're taking it off, right? But you don't need to know about the coatings. Okay, all the stud you buy is going to be coated already, galvanized. So yeah, so that's about that for that subject. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I just thought I'd go over all that stuff with you guys. I hope that helps you understand the gauges and stuff like that. I don't know if there's any questions you guys have for me. If you guys want to talk about anything, let me know. I'm going to be doing my basement really soon. So I went down and I took a bunch of measurements the other day. So right after Christmas, I'm going to start building. I hope I can get it done before my daughter's birthday party. So I might have to wait till after that. But her birthday, or you know what? I should have 2 weeks, so I should be able to do it. I'll have after Christmas, right? Because hers is January 5th, and we're not gonna have the party till that weekend, I guess. I think that's the plan. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so Mark, I hope Mark's coming down to join me, and he's going to help me out. We're going to be popping off back at the rec center real soon. I should really go down there tomorrow and check in on things. But the basketball courts are done. The first 4 basketball courts are done. So they're going to be doing the final 5th and 6th court there, and then they're gonna move all the volleyball stuff over and blah blah blah. And geez, man, it's just it's crazy, man. Once we can get all that stuff moved out of the middle, we'll tarp it off, and then we can start building the middle, the restaurant, and the change rooms, and the offices, all that. It's gonna be go time, man. It's gonna be great. So I'm looking forward to digging in on that bad boy, if you know what I mean, right? When I minimize this, it hides the volume button. Let me know if the music is too loud while we talk. I'm just gonna hang out and for a little bit here. If you guys have questions, man, this is the time, guys. Just ask away. I hope. What jobs you guys got cooking? That's the view from the. Yeah, you guys see my green screen off to the one side there. And yeah, I've been recording this whole time as well. It's been a good stream. I'm really happy. It feels good to have my stuff back together, right? So, man, I put a lot of effort into it. So it only makes sense that you know. And then these are guys I'm working with, guys. So you got Dovo Lasers and Peter Olson. This guy's a stud punch, okay? I haven't really shown you guys this guy too much, but once we get going on the plumbing on this job, we're gonna see this guy in action. These guys sent this to me a while ago, man. But I'm gonna be there or I am. I guess technically they're Canadian sales rep for this, but this goes to a press, okay? And you can change the cutters, like these dies, I want to call them, to different sizes, but these are for pipes, okay? So yeah, you got heavy gauge, man. This just goes in, pop, 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 just punches holes, right? It's a good tool, man. Heavy duty, guys. Holy cow, it's heavy. And they got these grommets as well, so you can get these nice grommets as well for your pipes. And they got the clips so you can put ties and stuff. It's really cool. Really good stuff here, actually. But yeah, this is great. I can't wait to see this guy in action finally, man. But yeah, I'm gonna rent a press, and or hopefully the plumbers there will have it, and they should. And yeah, we're just gonna punch, and I'm gonna make some videos for it. But yeah, this is Peter Olson. But that's a pretty cool tool. I was pretty happy those guys sent me that. And I know they're getting anxious because it's been a while. I've been busy. Man, I know these companies want the world from you, but like I can only do what I can do. Like in the work dictates what I use. And then yeah, the Dovo, the line lasers, guys. This is the framing lasers. I love these, man. I got a link in my video description for this. But yeah, the Dovo laser. It shoots like corners and everything. It's gorgeous. I love these. The 3 lines. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, great. Great stuff. Yeah, I'm really happy with this laser. Nice case. Right? I use it every job. I use it every day at work. The T-bar, doors, framing, drywall even. You know, I laser my sheets up, you know, the first sheet. So, yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Man, that's awesome, dudes. Yeah, and I got VMix Social working. I can put your comments up on the screen. FBI, open up!
Look, brothers!
My God. I'm gonna show you something I seen at in China, and I don't know if you guys pay any attention to what they build in China, but my goodness, I wanted to show you this. It's just insane. China dam lift, boat lift. Yeah, oh my God. Dudes, this stuff they build in China is crazy. This is a Three Gorges Dam, this one here, but there's other ones. I'll show you. I know that. Oh yeah, is it this? Yeah, this guy. Oh, excuse me.
Have you ever imagined a ship?
Oops, I forgot to pause it. Nope, hold on. Pause. Oh, you know what?
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, check this guy out, man. Look at that. Could you imagine? Like I've worked on some big stuff, man, but man, these guys, this is massive. This is big, right? Like, look at this, man. Like all this money, all this stuff just to get ships across over a mountain, basically, right? They got hydroelectric. It's a hydroelectric dam, as well as then they got the boat lift. But it's incredible. Look at this. Look at the size of it. I wonder why we're running out of concrete. I wonder what's gonna happen, man. We're gonna see some really crazy stuff because we are running out of materials for concrete, eh? Like literally, where Earth is running out of materials. Yeah, this is like one of the biggest things I say. Like, you know, we need. Hey, yo, fam, blessings for this coming party. He's gonna be viewing the video. Have to go back. Thanks, bro. You've been a lot help. Thanks. Yeah, you're so welcome, Kenny. Appreciate you, man. Word up. No, I appreciate you guys, man. That's awesome. I'm gonna be going live a lot more now that I got my setup back and everything's running smooth again. I couldn't deal with it before. The buffering and the I was having technical difficulties like crazy. I finally fixed everything. Everything is fixed. Everything. So, holy shit, man. It's been literally years since I've had a nice, smooth, good stream. So, thank God it's back. I'm back, bro. It feels good to be back, guys. Like I said, I started in 2018. January 2018, guys. I'm going into my 7th year of YouTube. Isn't that crazy? That's insane, man. And since starting it, I've shot documentaries and short films, ads for other companies, like... Yeah, man, I'm shooting more and more stuff all the time. This is so great, man. Like, you guys, I got a full like studio here, equipped with lighting and cameras and sound equipment, and like you wouldn't believe it. I know film. I worked in the film industry for many years, so I know what it takes to what you need, right, to film something. So. And then, of course, the live studio, right, which is a whole other thing too, right? Yeah, it's time to get serious again. So yeah, I've been really half-assing the YouTube for over a year now. It just the whole live stream thing and that, it was killing me. Like, I just wasn't into it. I was just so frustrated. So yeah, now that it's fixed, oh yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna be back. Man, look at this. This is crazy, right? Like, what is going on, man? I don't know, too, if you guys follow any of the stuff going on in the Middle East, the line. So there's that big project. I'm so disappointed. I wanted to see them do this, but I don't think they're gonna be building it. I don't think they're gonna be finishing it. It's like one of the largest 15-minute type cities, but for rich people, you know, like, and I would assume maybe science and research, but yeah, we should look at the line too. So yeah, 3 to 4 hours to get across the to get up over there's 3 different lifts. But wow, isn't that incredible? That is incredible. Oh man, isn't that something? Yeah, okay, we'll watch the animation, then I'll switch it. Wow. Like, who comes up with this stuff, right? Like, what is going on?
What's good, Dama? ISO to the NDs, yeah. Open up the door, watch all the G's forward. Smoke clouds follow while we hit another quarter.
Yeah, I think we get it.
It's a privilege to know me, that's 100 on my broski. 1-2 punch, damn this thing hitting fully. Fresh pot of gumbo and we back up on our bully. Beat by Dama, shout out to the boy Cushy. Now I'm everything I could be, shades on with a hoodie. Off a little something so you think I got my eyes closed.
Oh, I just think it's so beautiful. Look at that, like, look at it. Oh man, that's insane. Man, it blows my mind. Is this the same one? I think it is. Yeah, 3,000 ton vessel. Look at concrete. And it only takes 10 minutes. Oh yeah, so this is a different one. But, oh yeah, look at that. Oh man. The 3 gorges, yeah, man, whoa. Isn't that crazy? That's fast too, right? 10 to 14 minutes or whatever. 3 hours just takes 51 minutes. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know what the 14-minute thing was, but yeah, that's pretty cool. 18 ships a day. Wow. Hey, there's all the Hyundais or the Hondas. There's all the Hondas. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, the Honda EV's going to the EV graveyard. That's awesome, man. All right, let's see if I can find the line. Oh. I don't want to put. So this one was 3 months ago. $1.5 trillion. And yeah, what's that? So 2.4, I think 2.4 square kilometers. Is that what it is, or what is it? Yeah, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's right. But I've been hearing so many mixed stories about this project. Gigacity, yeah. So yeah, super censorship. Like, could you imagine? Like, look at all those cranes and stuff. Holy, these guys, man, they go hard, eh? Like, wow, man, they go real hard. Like, look at the gear, man. Oh God, jeez. But yeah, so this is gonna be crazy. Like, this is a city they're building in the middle of the desert. It's a line, okay, and it's total 15-minute type city, right? And with the crazy rules and like the authoritarian style, look at that. So 170 kilometer length. That's actually a lot longer than I thought. I don't think it's that. Yeah, they're not gonna have that much done, right? Wow, that's ambitious. 170 kilometers long. That's ambitious. Fewer than 300 will live there by 2030. But this is something to keep an eye on, right? I want to see how this works out. But I used to cover these smart cities when I first started live streaming, like the Google Smart Street. Was it Street View or Street something? I don't know, man. But all the technology involved with it, like trash cans on the street, like you put your trash in the trash can, it literally goes down into the, like, through a tube into the below the ground where all the utilities are, and there's all these tunnels with robots in them, and the robots are taking out the trash, and there's robotic mail delivering systems all underground. Okay, and it's so crazy. It's so crazy, the technology, and you're connected with your smart watch and your smartphone, right? You're connected to the city, and you're gonna end up getting like social credit scores and like all this crazy stuff. Like, oh my God, it's, digital ID, social credit score, like total 15-minute city, right? Like it's gonna be crazy to see how it works. And I don't have a problem with those kind of projects as long as everybody in them is a willing participant, right? I would hate to imagine being forced into something like this, like we are with digital currency and digital ID and all this stuff, right? Like, it's really bad what these globalists are trying to do, Cash is king, boys. Cash is so king, but man, I was just like, who uses cash anymore? Like, man, I never have cash on me anymore, right? It's crazy. It's all plastic. It's scary. It really is, man. And these banks can do anything they want. Like, they could charge you and charge you and charge you, and like, it's crazy. My daughter's account had $1,200 in it, and because it lay dormant for I think it was 18 months, there was no activity in it, they canceled it, right? So like, we're like, well, what about the money that was in it? So it's so stupid because my daughter's like, what, 5? Or no, sorry, she's 8 now. But she has to go into the bank with my wife and get it all sorted. It's like, what? Like, these banks, man, they're criminals. Like, and you won't even notice until it's too late, right? Right, Lou? It's awful. I have a big thing, man. I do not like banks, man. Not one little bit. Oh, I despise banks. How's it going, Lou? What are you cooking, man? What do you guys got going on? Like, look at all the look at all this equipment they got, man. Holy cow! Like, those are really weird. Like, dude, like cutters, like robotic type, like jackhammer type things. You know, that's crazy. There's the boring machine. That thing's wicked. But yeah. I mean, Jesus, man. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. How's the volumes of it? Obviously, I don't have volume on the video, but how is the music? Can you hear music, or is it too? Nothing's too loud. My voice is good and clear. You guys can hear me. Whew. Oh yeah, look at these rich bastards, eh? Oh wow. Of course, yeah. Connections to terrorism and stuff like that. Oh, crazy. So there's obviously something shady going on here. Oh, Neom. Oh, yeah, Neom is another one. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with that. Oh, they're bulldozing villages to make it and stuff. Oh, man. You see what I mean? Like, these guys, like, what? It's like the same thing as gentrification. Okay, it's the same thing. We do it here in America. Gentrification. It's a problem, guys. Like, you know, we kick everybody out of their low affordable housing and then rebuild it and bring in people who, like, and jack the price, and, you know, like, it makes no sense. Like, no wonder nobody can afford anything anymore. It's insane out there. Like, back in the day, the government also built houses. Okay, the government would build housing, and they would charge you, say, $500 rent for like a market equivalent $1,500, right, place, right? But the government would just charge you $500, so you could, like, get on your feet and get a better place and save money and help, right? Government used to do that. Used to build millions of houses back in the day. They stopped doing that. Why? It's crazy. Look at the situation. Not only did they stop building houses, they shipped all of our factories to other countries, right? Like, what the, like, what were they thinking? All right, Lou, man, yeah, nothing much, brother. So we're framing and hanging at our new job site. First time using the fire bead with the gasket. Oh yeah, bro. It's the fire rated beads, yeah. Yeah, I know, it's a little bit different, right? And it's more money, yeah, it's expensive, so. Yeah, Lou, I got my stream all set back up, man. It's looking good. I got my studio hooked back up. My streams hooked back up. So everything's working good, man. No more buffering and no more issues. I got all my technical stuff freaking figured out. All my cameras are working again. I got the chat. I can put comments up on the screen. So it's just great, man. It's just really great. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I want to start streaming a lot again. So we'll be talking about any of this stuff. Got to get the crowd back, eh? Everyone's abandoned me because I don't go live anymore. So I got to get the notifications out there again, you know. So hit that like button for me and share me out, guys. Get the word out. I'm going to be back live. I'm going to be live again. It'll happen over time. Once I start going live more and more, I'm going to try. I like 7 p.m. at night. Okay, so 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I like that time, so I might stick with it. So we'll see how many times I can go. And from here, right? But now that it's all set up, it's just click, just make sure the batteries are charged or whatever. We're good to go, so I'm pretty excited about it. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, that's like that's the line again there, yeah. Oh yeah, line Neon. Oh, so it's both, I see. Oh yeah, it's insanity though. These guys are nuts. Oh. Switch this out. Oh. I think it's this guy I want. boys. So yeah, after this video, I am gonna wind it down, I suppose, and shut her down. But like I said, once we get more people and start coming back, and people start knowing I'm live again, we get the crowds back, more questions. Oh, I can go longer. Awesome. Yeah, I have multiple batteries for my vape now, which is great. Gotta charge them up though. But yeah, man, this is insanity. This stuff that these guys build over there. Yeah, I do, Lou. I have Instagram. Yeah, man, and I do check it. You know, I do check it quite frequently. So, yeah, all my links should be. I don't know if they're in my video description or it's on my homepage. You can get all my links as well on my about page. But I'm pretty much Kronies, I think, everywhere. Except for maybe Twitter. I think I'm at ChrisConco1 on Twitter. I've had that forever, right? But I never got to change it to Twitter because I don't know. Can't remember. I think I tried to change it. I don't know if I can change my handle on Twitter or something. I don't know. I feel like I tried it and I ran into a roadblock or something. I don't know. Well, man, yeah, we just talked about the different gauges of steel and the color coding and the kind of some of the purposes of each type and that. So I did record it, so I will I'll cut a video out of it and post that eventually too. Hopefully I did okay and you know, I didn't ramble too much about stuff, but I'll clean it up and I'll cut a shorter video together about the gauges and that, and I'll post it, and that's kind of my plan. So. I got the drawing tablet set back up too. Woohoo! Anyways, lame. Just rich guys playing around with their money, eh? What? Did you see that? Whoa, man. And they literally make these islands, I hear, like some of these too, right? Where they just pour the land, like the sand, and build it up, like. Pretty wild. I know in Toronto, even the harbor front, Lake Ontario, they keep building out into the lake, right? They keep adding more to Toronto, right? I wonder, like New York must do that too, right? Like, I wonder. I don't know if they do it, but I know they do in Toronto. They've been building Toronto further out into Lake Ontario. Wow, man. Like, look, the equipment they throw at these things, it just blows my mind. Like, 15 million cubic meters of excavated material. Holy cow. CO2 emissions from cement. Yeah, right. So decarbonized construction. Concrete is definitely one of those things that emits a lot of CO2, right? When you're making it. I'm curious, man. Yeah, there's no space for New York for that. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, I'd be surprised if they did, because there's not a lot of space there. Oh man, that city blows my mind, dude. Like, the engineering that goes into that city, oh god, man. Like, is there, like, look at that, 15 billion liters of water. Wow. Jeez, man, that's crazy. Laid continuously like a 3D printer. Wow. Look at that, 15 piling rigs. Those are piling rigs. Wow. Saving 1 million trees saved annually. Interesting. That's good. Have I ever worked? Yeah, well, not in construction. No. I've worked in New York for other reasons, like film and fashion and limousine sales, but not in construction. Isn't that funny? Limousine sales. I used to sell limousines. Yeah. Yeah, stretch limos and sedans. Yeah, I used to sell them. And one of the suppliers, Crystal Limousine, is in New York, and another one I used to deal with was in Boston, Royal Limousine out of Boston, right? So, yeah. Oh, but I love New York City. I like big cities. I do. I like big cities. I like culture. I love people. You know, Edmonton's is like a big small town. You know, it's nice. It's really safe. It's clean. You know, it's great for the kids. It's great for the family life. But it's like, yeah, it's like a big small town, right? Like, oh man, look at that. Neom has also announced a new partnership for Oxagon. Wow, man. I mean, like, I don't see anything wrong with like wind power, solar power, you know, like, I think it would be great. I would love to even have an acreage out of town somewhere where I could be fully off the grid, and I think that would be awesome. That's what I said, like, the only time I would ever buy an electric car is if I was off the grid, and you know what I mean? Like, if I could have like a Cybertruck or something, I would, you know, charge it with solar power and this, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I didn't have to pay for it and I could be off the grid, that's the only time I would want an electric vehicle, you know? Like, it just, yeah, like, that's the only scenario I would buy one. But, like, you know, it's just, yeah, I think that would be pretty wicked. I'd love to build, like an underground cabin too, you know, like Earth type home for like, just for like nature watching, nature viewing. I'm not a hunter, right? So, but you know, I'd like to go for hikes and just nature watch and camp. So, it would be cool to build like an underground camp type thing, right? Where, you know, you just hang out, get away or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I got, so this is funny, guys. I have the blueprints to one of these jobs, actually. So I did a demo with it's a virtual reality software, okay? And these guys were working with one of these projects you're going to see here. It was like a huge, massive train station in Norway, and it was just incredible. And I think I saw it on the thumbnail to this video, guys. And it was amazing for BIM, right? So you'd be able to have meetings inside the drawings and go from place to place and look for conflicts and talk about, you know. And I was supposed to do a video, guys, on that, and I never did, but it was amazing. I had access to the software, and I just, yeah, the VR is tough for me. Like, it's a lot of extra space to set up, you know. And I'd like to get the newer technology that's coming out, just goggles, you know, that I don't, you know, or something. That would be cool. My kids have the VR in the basement, right? So, this is this it? Yeah, this train station. This is the one. This is the one. It was massive, man. I believe. Stuger. Yeah, I believe that's it. Yeah. I believe that's it, man. Yeah, this huge train station. It was incredible. Yep. Yeah. But I still have everything. I have the files. I have the video. The guy, the software from the software company, took me on a tour of the software and all that. So I still have all of it. I never delete any of my stuff. But yeah, dudes, this is the train station. It's nice to see it actually being built. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy stuff that goes into it, right? Crazy. But yeah, no, like I said, guys, if you're watching it, if you have any questions about steel stud, drywall, construction, and management, and estimating and pricing, whatever, just let me know. Just ask away. When I'm live, it's for you guys, you know, just to hang out and chill too. And yeah, I'm gonna do some more chill streams where we talk, you know, just watch videos, sure, and react and talk and discuss about different projects and different techniques and technology and all that. Like, I like doing that stuff. I miss doing that stuff, so I really, really do. that's cool, man. That's really, really cool. So, good stream, guys. Good stream, man. So, I'm going to end it there, I guess. It's a little bit of a short stream. It's only, what, an hour and a half long, but that's okay, guys. We're getting warmed back up here. Like I was saying, I just got the studio put back together in the first live stream in so long that, you know, everything's working, right?
I've got balls of steel.
Where is Konamins? I gotta do this. Once every stream, I have to play this one for my late buddy Konamin Studio.
Hail to the king, baby.
Every time he would come into my live stream, I would push that button. So it's the Konamin button, right? So he passed away. I miss him dearly, but I gotta play that at least once every stream, you know, in honor of Konamin Studio, the late Konamin Studio. So, and again, guys, we raised over 10 grand for his family on the GoFundMe. So that was awesome, you know. I feel bad for him, man. He left behind a beautiful wife and 2 kids, young kids too. It's so sad, man. Guy got hit by a car, you know, guy speeding at night. Didn't see him walking his dog. Saved his dog's life, but yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
Hadouken!
Yeah, every single button is working again. Which is fantastic, man. Which is really good. So, yeah, guys, if anybody has yeah, man, Sebastian, what's up, man? Yeah, you know, Scotty's leaving, man. Scotty's going back to BC. I haven't seen him in like, I haven't seen him in over a week, probably close to 2 weeks even. Yeah, yeah, he's been kind of doing his thing. I got a call from him yesterday saying he's going back to BC. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. I never really even got to get started on anything, but you know, that's his thing. But yeah, hope maybe if he's around, if he wants to do a stream before he goes, I'm totally down. I think that would be great to do a stream with him. I'd like to do a stream with him. I have a setup here where I could have like 3 to 4 person like table, like a panel live here. I got a microphone for each person. Like I got all these, right? Like, yo, check it out, right? Like I got all these Shure microphones I got, you know, they can put in front of each guy. You know, and I got cameras that can go on each person. Like, it would be great. I'd love to get you know, like a 3-person panel going here at some point. Even that'd be great. 3-person would be perfect for in here. I could push it to 4, but yeah, 3-person would be perfect. Even 4, like 2 people could sit beside and share one mic in the middle or something, and then have a person on each end. What, you know, no problem. That'd be sick, right? Yeah, was Scotty here one time? Did we do a stream together, Scotty and I? We must have, right? I'd be surprised if we didn't, but I've been having problems with my streams, man, for years, literally years. And I finally got all the everything fixed and all the bugs. It's not buffering. Excuse me, it's not buffering anymore, and I got all my stuff fixed and back programmed and stuff. You know, I'm gonna start making some new stuff, new overlays and new stuff. You know, now that I'm good to go, I got my green screen back up, so I can start doing some different overlays and stuff. But yeah, I would love to do that with Scotty, man. I'd love to do another one. That'd be awesome, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. But yeah, finally back together. Finally back together. But yeah, man, I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't know. He's gonna go back, but maybe he's got time to do one tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because he wanted to go today, but I don't think he's gonna leave today. I think he's gonna leave tomorrow. But yeah, that's too bad. Maybe he'll come back too. You never know. But yeah, I thought for sure he'd be going to Ontario ways and not back to BC. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's cool, Sebastian. No, yeah, next time I hear from him, we'll talk to him. I should be talking to him at some point today, again. Cause yeah, we gotta get him paid up from this last job we did. So the owner should be transferring me money. What's this all about? Yeah, this is dope. I got this set up too. I obviously can draw lines on this guy, right? But anyways, I'm just dicking around. I can obviously draw lines, you know, but yeah, just dicking around, making sure everything works, and it does. So I'm down with that. Save it. Nope. Save it. Nope. Close that. But yeah, no. If nobody has any questions, guys, I'm gonna shut her down for now. I'll figure this out. Eventually I'll develop a schedule, but I like 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the same time I went live tonight. It seems I like this time, so I'll try to work with it, and yeah, man, we'll go from there, guys. Like I said, it's Christmas soon, so if I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever you celebrate, have a good holiday, good time. Be safe out there, guys, and yeah, you know, I'll be live again real soon, man. Now that it's all back and I got everything set up, we're gonna do this, guys. But I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate hitting the like button for me. Yeah, have a great holiday, guys. You guys be good, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye, Sebastian. See you, Lou, Kenny, Art, Bob, my man, Vedro, everybody, guys. You be cool. We'll talk soon. Bye for now, guys. Much love, yeah, brother Lou. Yeah, brother, you know it, my man. Yes, sir. Happy holidays, guy.
Get my motherfucking money. Gotta get.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh yeah? Well, screw you guys. I'm going.